welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you my experience as a software engineer after living in Silicon Valley for 1 year. As you may know, Silicon Valley is considered to be the tech hub of the world. The valley is home to some of the biggest tech giants such as Google, Apple, and Facebook, in this case Meta. I moved to Silicon Valley from London, so I'll be comparing my experience in both places. One of the first things that struck me about Silicon Valley was the high demand and fast-paced nature of the work culture. Compared to London, where I worked before, I found the work culture in Silicon Valley to be much more demanding and fast-paced. The companies here are always striving to innovate and stay ahead of the competition, so the pace of work is much faster. However, this also means that you can learn and grow much faster as an engineer. One of the biggest advantages of living in Silicon Valley is the career growth opportunities. There are plenty of tech companies in the valley, and the competition for talent is high. This means that if you're a talented engineer, you'll have a lot of opportunities to grow your career. Companies are always on the lookout for talented engineers, so you can expect to be approached by recruiters pretty often. It takes a while, I must say, at least in my experience, to be noticed for recruiters to understand that you live in the area. The startup scene in Silicon Valley is well known around the world. However, it's important to note that working for a startup here can be more volatile and risky than in other parts of the world. This is because there are more investors willing to put money into startups at a higher rate, which leads to a higher number of failed startups. So that being said, there are plenty of successful startups in the valley, and working for one can be a great way to grow your career. Silicon Valley is not immune to economic downturns, and during these times, there is a higher risk of unemployment. This is because the technology industry is often affected significantly during these recession times. When this happens, companies big and small may have to lay off employees, and this can have a ripple effect throughout the industry. It's important to be prepared for this and to have a backup plan in case things don't work out. What I experienced is now in 2023 has been massive amount of layoffs. Google, Apple, Amazon. What I've seen is startup companies, so the little companies, follow the same path, and I think the main reasoning is to elongate the runway just as a preventive measure to avoid any sort of bankruptcy. The cost of living in Silicon Valley is notoriously high, and you need to make at least $250,000 to live comfortably. This is based on my opinion and for 2023. However, the high salaries in the tech industry can make up for this. That being said, it's important to budget wisely and to be prepared for the high cost of living. One of the great things about Silicon Valley is the networking opportunities. As an entrepreneur or startup founder, there are plenty of events and meetups where you can meet like-minded people and make connections. The Y Combinator founder paying platform is also helpful in this regard, so I would encourage to anyone to check that out. Finally, it's worth mentioning that the weather in Silicon Valley is fantastic. The Mediterranean climate means that you can enjoy warm weather for most of the year. Additionally, the valley is incredibly diverse, with people from all over the world coming here to work and live. This creates a rich cultural experience that you won't find in many other places. So that's my experience as a software engineer after living in Silicon Valley for 1 year. Overall, I found that the work culture is demanding and fast-paced, but there are plenty of career growth opportunities. The startup scene can be volatile, but there are also plenty of successful startups. The cost of living is high, but the salaries in the tech industry make up for it. Finally, the weather is fantastic and the cultural diversity is enriching. And if you are thinking of moving to Silicon Valley, make sure to do your research and prepare yourself for the challenges and opportunities that come with living in this tech hub of the world. So I hope this video has been helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.